It's an areological, autoerotical, tubular, bovular joy. An exposular, regional, batular, pouchular, fun for girl and boy. A latissimal, dorsical, hung like a horsical, caliphalygical ball.
The most bunular, funnular.
Fruit of the lumula.
Frenchical, tongular.
Wabada, bobular, bunular, fruit of the lumula, Frenchical, tongular, wabada, bobular, Hey! Hey guys, how's the movie? Oh, it's breastica, bubical, chestica, mammical, pendular, globular. Oh, crying out loud, movie sign.
Cold as a motherfucker. One could even say that it's Sub-Zero.
This is my theme song.
This was a number one on the European Billboard for 3 months in a row. Did you know that?
Was it really?
This won two European Grammys. No, I have no idea.
2 European Grammys.
Yeah.
That's the, yeah.
They have different Grammys over there.
Yeah, there's that one.
That's how you dance to music like that.
There's the Annihilation version.
This is pretty bad. That's even worse.
That's like the dance version, or like, why do you need a dance version of that
This is like
song?
the clean one.
The clean one. What, they don't say cunt in it? What the fuck is the
I
clean?
mean, like the audio version.
Oh, okay.
There's another one somewhere. Oh, right here.
Get down, get down. Ah,
No, this is KMFDM's version.
Sub-Zero and the gang. KMDFDM, that German band.
The fucking
The one the Columbine shooters listen to. Bro.
That's Rammstein, bro.
No, it's KMDFM also.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
This is my shit. How do you dance to this anyway? Just like this?
That's it.
Like this. My fingers.
Oh, is that what you're challenging me for this?
What's up?
Is
Yeah,
that-
I'm challenging
you're
you
gonna
for
challenge me
that.
to
I'm
dance
fucking
off?
challenging you for sure.
A Mortal Kombat dance off?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Here I am, bro. Right now.
All right. You're up first. Come on, Mario.
What are you doing? Rock, paper, scissors?
I thought we were gonna do a dance off.
No, I don't want to do a fucking dance off, bro. I'm not here for a dance off.
Dance off, bro.
I'll show you what I'm here for.
All right. What is that? It's hitting my coffee cup's in the way. I can't. I can't really. What is this?
It's a little plastic maze game with a metal little marble in it.
Oh. This could take
And
a
I
while.
bet you I can do that faster than you.
Maybe. It's your game.
I just got it in the mail yesterday, and I've never played it before.
You got it in the mail yesterday. Oh, it's a pizza. I see why.
It's a pizza. Sonia, Guile, Balrog. This is the shit.
Balrog.
Let's just have a Mortal Kombat podcast, man. We're gonna talk about the school system or some shit. Let's
There.
talk about.
Got it.
I didn't even time you.
Oh. Well.
All right. I need to put on my stopwatch feature. Here we go. Ready?
No pressure. Go.
Go. Fight. Don't let this fucking awesome video game based techno from the 90s disturb you. Trying to get that shit done. Be careful, man. Watch out. Oh, you're up to 30 seconds already. 45 seconds.
There.
Shit, that was a minute.
What?
20 seconds.
All right. I got it up to the last like part, whatever, and then fucking like I turned it and it went all the way back out, and I had to redo it again.
All right, ready? Say when.
3, 2, 1, go. I think that's gonna take even longer than. What are you doing? Whatever you're doing. Well, I already won.
Time.
2363.
Fuck.
You should have just fucking did it normally. You probably could have beat me just doing it normally.
That was my heel turn.
Well, you're like, what's a shitty heel? I don't even know.
Oh, God.
Where's here?
Fuck.
We'll play your theme song.
That's a bummer, man.
Here you go.
What is this? This is like the Backseat Boys. What is this?
This is Madonna. This is what you get.
Charlie's Garage Band.
This is what. Yeah. No.
Is this a Final Fantasy theme song that Charlie listens to on his way to work every day?
Yeah.
I don't feel that, man.
You're not supposed to. This is your fucking theme song for fucking up your heel turn.
I did fuck it up.
Pretty bad too.
I'm a natural face.
Well, you got a fucking Mario mustache on.
So are we talking about Mortal
Actually,
Kombat?
that's like a Wario mustache.
That's why I wore it, so I could look evil.
Oh,
It's supposed to be my big heel turn. I fucked it all up.
you did.
I got the mustache in the mail yesterday, too.
Really? It's your lifelong dream of being a heel, and you failed.
I really thought this cardboard thing would pop out easier, but it's like glued in there. There's fucking glue in the middle of it. I thought I could just pop it out with a knife.
So was that the reason you bought that maze, is just to do a heel turn?
No, I just got it in the mail for free. I didn't know I was getting it.
Where the hell did you get it for free?
Don't worry about it.
All right, I'm not worried about it.
Buy enough shit, people send you mazes in the mail for free and shit.
What?
Yeah.
From where?
Pizza places.
Damn it. Maybe that's my problem. I don't buy from pizza places. I buy from fucking leather factories.
Pakistan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
What's the topic today? We talking about Mortal Kombat or
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. What's your favorite character? That's a great idea, actually.
We'll talk about what, your pizza?
No, Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I wish we had a pizza here. I'm kind of hungry. And favorite character in Mortal Kombat?
For story's sake and for playability. Both. Two separate answers.
For story's sake, I have to go, only because I'm partial to the game, I have to go with your created character on Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
What? That is lame ass answer.
No.
Make your own shit?
Yes.
You're a guy that looks like a cross between you and Stone Cold Steve Austin's love child.
No, my character looked identical to me.
Have we put a picture?
I don't have a picture. I don't. Well, I'll put that Charlie superhero character. No,
that's a shitty answer, dude. What story has that character ever had?
That character looked exactly like me back in the day when I was in college. It had my red hoodie and had fucking silver snap pants.
Sounds just like a Mortal Kombat character.
It did.
Yeah.
And I'd pull out a giant fucking sword out of my back pocket. And
all right, you won me over. That's the best fucking character of all time.
It is. Yeah. I thought so.
You're right. And that's my answer too. Actually, that's my favorite.
I know it is. For story wise, that just because I'm partial to Mortal Kombat Armageddon, so.
You thought that had the best story at any of the? Well, it probably had a pretty strong story.
No, it wasn't. It was again. It wasn't because of the story. It was just the fact that. Yeah, again, you can create your own character, and I'm a sucker for games where you can like create your own character. Like I love it. I absolutely love it. Story wise, I have to go Liu Kang with the first one. I mean, come on, Liu Kang with the first one. My favorite
character wise, I mean more so. Who's a cooler character on paper?
Oh, cooler character?
Yeah, their bio card.
I couldn't even tell you half their bio card.
I would say Kano is my favorite because he's a fucking Australian bounty hunter and he's a fucking cyborg with half a robot face and a red glowing eye and he throws knives and he's fucking dope. Kano is the shit, I think. And he's a convict. He's an Australian convict and all Australians are filthy convicts. We know that about them.
What was that like gargoyle looking thing from like the later Mortal Kombats?
Baraka? He was one
No, that was number 2.
He was one of my favorites.
Baraka was cool back then.
He was good playable and the character was awesome looking too.
No, I cannot remember the name.
Motaro?
No.
A gargoyle he's made of stone?
No, it looks like a gargoyle, like a dragon gargoyle thing. That was one of the later like sub bosses or bosses. It was after Kintaro and Motaro.
You fought a fucking dragon? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was in Armageddon, and I can't remember the name of it.
Nobody knows this fucking game where you play yourself. Nobody knows anything about Mortal Kombat after the year 2005. You have to accept that. You're the only one that buys these games.
When did that game come out? I think it came out in 2005.
I bet it fucking did.
5 or 6, one or the other.
That's the cutoff point. It goes Mortal Kombat 1
That's sad,
to
because
3.
they had like one of the largest fucking rosters, like of all the fucking characters. It was great.
Yeah,
Not all of them,
then they go on a path where you could go do RPG type of shit and build your character up and create a... That's the one you're talking
more
about.
or less, yeah.
I did hear a lot about that. Then they've since returned to the fighting platform, right?
It was
crossovers.
the way it worked is you would play as like an RPG thing. It wasn't, the created character was just fighting wise. You didn't use that in the actual story itself. In the story itself, you played as this made up, or a character that was made specifically for that game and that story, and you could unlock, I think Taven or some shit like that was the name of it, and you could unlock it in the like the rest of the roster later on after you finish it or something.
You could make your own fighter.
But yeah, as a separate thing, you could create your own fighter, and that's why I just love the game.
Could you make your own fatalities?
No, that is a feature in one.
What is the game that shows the
them,
bones
isn't it?
break as you're fighting?
10, I think.
That's pretty cool.
9 or 10, something,
pretty
or maybe 8. I don't know. It's one of the ones in PlayStation 3, I think.
I sometimes
when I
watch
came out.
videos of Mortal Kombat that I haven't played of all the fatalities.
Right.
One of them was in they used reptile for it, and he has green blood, so why would you even want to watch that? How are you supposed to come? If it's a fucking green blood, you know what I mean?
Mm. I'm
Try to
colorblind.
time it out so when it's like Sonya's blade is getting ripped in half, but sometimes Johnny Cage, you know.
I'm colorblind, so I can't really see green or red.
It's hard in a one-player game to control the outcome, you know?
As far as my favorite character to play as, or coolest character, I thought. That's a hard one too. I remember when I first saw him, Cabal, I was like, oh man, Cabal, he looks awesome. But then I actually played against him, played as him, I was like, he kind of sucks.
Yeah, he did kind of suck. He was like some Mad Max type of shit. You know, a funny character was Jax. They were like, yeah, Sonya Blade's a cop partner. We'll have it be this black dude. We got to have a black dude. And we'll give him robot arms. That's a pretty funny character. He's just a dude with robot arms. Well, we got to add in a black guy. It's Mortal Kombat 3. Not just any black guy.
Didn't they have a crossover with DC Universe? They had like Cyborg versus Jax and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm sure they've had. And what is that, in a comic book or video game form?
I think it was a video game form. Terminator's in the fucking latest Mortal Kombat.
Why not? I bet he raises a family too. His fucking son will probably be in the next one. What do you think would be the best movie to make a crossover with Mortal Kombat with?
Movie?
Yeah. What group of characters or whatever, or person or cartoon or whatever? Highlander or some shit?
No.
What would go good in the Mortal Kombat realm? It's not in the future. It's just in a weird fucking other universe with stone ruins and lightning and gods and shit, right?
No.
They have machine guns in it. That's not in the future. Can't be.
Why the fuck not? I'd like to see the Power Rangers. Power Rangers incorporated Mortal fucking Kombat.
So the Power Rangers are from outer space.
Power Rangers with all the villains too, like Lord Zed and.
From the end of the universe? Yeah, that'd be something.
Why not?
What are the odds that you just looked at that Lord Zed on your shelf right there and couldn't think of an answer? We're like, yeah, Power Rangers.
No, I was actually thinking of the movie.
The Power Rangers movie?
Yeah, the one that came out last year, the year before, whatever
What?
it was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a more serious take on it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be into that.
I want to see their fatalities and shit.
No, I mean, I don't know if I'd be into watching any kind of new Power Rangers type of shit.
It wasn't great. It wasn't awful. It was more like for adult tone.
More dramatic.
Yeah. like a little.
The fans, like,
I don't say raunchier, but
apparently fans online have been wanting a Power Rangers sequel for years with like titties in it and cursing and blood. And
that was
people
that
fighting
one,
and,
sort of.
yeah. Like the eyeball monster, but it's all titties instead.
Yeah, the putties were fucking. Yeah. What franchise would you like to see crossover? Fighting game franchise. Would you like to see crossover with Mortal Kombat?
Street Fighter would be the obvious one, so you don't want to say that one.
Yeah,
right?
without Street Fighter. That's because that would be the other huge franchise fighting game. So no, not that.
It's hard to even think of some fighting games.
Not me. I got right off the bat.
All the Asian ones have stupid characters in them, like a panda bear and shit. What are those? I mean, they're cool games, but the characters are
actually there's two that would be cool. One way above the second one I'm thinking of. But
Killer Instinct, like you said before.
That would be my number one.
That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah,
that was similar aesthetic and characters and universe and such.
Kind of the same idea.
Yeah.
But they added in like the super fucking combos. You get like fucking 80 and 90 hit combos. Like how the fuck do you?
I mean, some X-Men type of shit has already been done, I'm sure. That's a tough one.
They did the Marvel vs. Capcom. That was cool.
I mean, versus Mortal Kombat.
Primal Rage would be another one.
Fighting game against Mortal Kombat in a movie.
In a movie?
I thought that's what you asked.
No, it's just a video game.
Oh, I don't know. That's already all been done, man. I don't know. I don't like fighting games.
What the fuck are we talking about this for?
I don't know. The moves are too hard.
The moves are too hard. That's why you gotta play like Smash Brothers or fucking Brawlhalla like I play. It's pretty much the same game. It's
kind of cool.
It's super user friendly.
I mean, I always played Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and all that when I was a kid. You know, you learn how to do the tiger punch and the projectile
Yeah,
thing. And
I played Street Fighter more than I played Mortal
fatality
Kombat.
in my whole life. You learned fatalities?
I think like one or two.
Yeah, okay.
To be honest
That's
with you,
still impressive.
I didn't want to put in that much effort into a fucking video game like that. Like, fuck, man.
No, hell no.
Like now, especially now, like I'm not working that hard in a video game. I'm not doing it.
No.
If I'm gonna work that hard, it's gonna be in something in real life where I actually have a fucking outcome.
I like guns and cars and video games, you know? Maybe a wrestling game now and then, believe it or not.
No.
I like racing games.
The
and
2K
Grand
games?
Theft Auto type of shit.
I wanted to get the new 2K game.
I've seen videos of the glitching and how
That just for that reason I wanted, but I guess they patched them all.
Yeah.
But which upset me, but
I played the one from a couple years ago. It was fun.
Yeah, I played it, but wrestling games, like any sport games, you buy one, and like you don't really want to buy another one unless you're like some psychotic fanatic for like another 4 or 5 years, just for the roster update.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like you're getting the same goddamn game 365 days later.
Yep.
For a full price, and it might have a couple different features. Like
Playing online sucks too.
for sports and stuff like that, yeah.
No, for wrestling in particular, because I like to smoke a bowl or, you know, do whatever.
You can't pause.
Yeah, you play a half-hour ladder match, you're just sitting there for a half hour, and you're playing with your buddies, you're trying to be smoking pot and shit. You know.
Oh, yeah.
You're cool, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Dude, that's facing the wrong way.
Oh, I know what the business end of whatever kind of knife this is looks like. I'm not sure that you've ever seen a dragonfly knife before, but
Yeah?
I own one.
That's a fucking brundlefly knife. You're wrong.
Yeah, I've only played the first 3 Mortal Kombats. I mean, I played the fuck out of them though growing up.
Hey.
The first one was, was that out on a console and arcade at the same time? Or was it out on arcade first for a while?
I think it might have been arcade first.
I think so too.
I don't know, but
How sick was that? I mean, even just the animation of how the characters looked real. Back in the 90s, you would tell people, it looks like they're real.
They were real. It was,
yeah.
I don't know the fucking terminology for it.
How much blood do you think was in an uppercut for Mortal Kombat 1 when you fucking uppercutted somebody and the blood went up in the air?
I think very little. I don't think there was a shit ton of blood in that game.
Maybe
You remember the fatalities are really, really, really...
Very little, though, was still...
like, low-key fatalities.
Very little was still like 8 ounces of blood.
I think Liu Kang's fatality was a fucking uppercut.
No, that's not true.
In the first one?
Yeah.
It wasn't anything
Did their
huge.
head go flying off or something?
No.
No.
Look it up.
They didn't have crazy fatalities in the first one?
Not really, no. Well, Goro's was what? He grabbed him, like, punched him in the chest? Something like
Ripped
that?
their arms off and stuffed them in their ass.
Oh, yeah.
All 4 of them.
All 4. He ripped his own arms off and stuffed them in his
Yep.
ass.
That's what he was into, man.
How'd he get the last one off?
Goro was a weird cat. Let me tell you.
The cat was Kentaro.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was Motaro.
No, that was the horse.
Oh. Kintaro, yeah.
Dude, get your taros right.
Yeah, I guess. Goro's the only G.I. Joe I have left in my life.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He killed all the other G.I. Joes.
Did you rip his arms off and shove them up all their
Oh,
asses?
God, I was
You were cleaning out ass arms for days,
I was
right?
12 or 13 or something, and I took all my G.I. Joes out to a stone fence out at the edge of the farm. And I brought Goro, too, and I had a battle scene. I was like, yeah, I'm done playing with G.I. Joes, man. I'm an adult now. I'm 13. I'm not going to play with these fucking things anymore. So I'd set up, like, one of them, and I would have Goro here, and I'd just have the figure stand there, and I'd take, like, a huge rock, like this big, and pretend he threw it and be like, smash the fucking G.I. Joe. And I sat there, and I smashed at least 50 G.I. Joes just by throwing huge rocks at him. You know, rocks this big, pretending that Goro was throwing them. Smashed them all. Buried them in a mass grave, and there they sit.
Still?
Mm-hmm.
To this day. Up at the farmhouse?
Yep. Yep. I should probably find them.
We should go up there and bring a portable camera and document it.
Get shot.
Find
Film me getting shot.
Find it. Dressed just like that.
I get some hits. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Just like that.
I'll have to take the mustache off so they don't think I'm evil.
I'll just flip it upside down.
And I look like a fucking weirdo right now.
Oh, Mario?
No, I just
Carry
all
on.
my G.I. Joes, but I still have that stupid Goro. That's a good bad guy, though. What a great idea for a bad guy in the modern day of fighting games.
A sub boss, great sub boss.
How's he so hard to beat, though? We'll make him 8 feet tall. Yeah, everybody's 8 feet tall. 4 arms.
What? Back then, like, the fuck?
And it took a long time before you could play as him, didn't it?
You could play as him in
Not 3. He wasn't in 3.
Part 3, I think you could. Trilogy?
He was in the one with Motaro and Kintaro?
I think he was in...
I don't think he was.
No, he was. He was...
It was Shiva. They had girl. Oh, it was Girl Goro. Alright, easy.
It's just funny we start talking about this.
Striker, remember Striker? He was shitty.
Yeah. That fucking strategy guide is from, I think, 97 or some shit like that. 98?
I don't even know who that guy is. Other robot guys, Smoke.
Noob Saibot.
Who do you think's hotter, Sonya Blade or Cammy?
Cammy's Street Fighter, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, it's that Charlie that. He'll fucking, like, jerk off all over that question.
He's busy jerking off to anime games and shit.
You even look up the...
I just looked at the pin. I looked at all the covers.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, see, Goro is playable in Trilogy. Tells you how to do some of his moves.
Oh, yeah, alright. No, I just looked at the cover and looked at all the characters and was like, I'm done with this.
Oh, it's all their stories.
Read them.
What?
That'll be the rest of the episode.
A lot of fuck that. Trilogy. Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64. That's I think that's the first Mortal Kombat. Yeah, what's the first Mortal Kombat game you owned?
Shit. It's on Super Nintendo, so probably 2.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't own one until Nintendo 64. It was Ultimate Mortal Kombat.
Ultimate Mortal Kombat.
Something like that. It was purple. The fucking I remember the screen or fucking title screen was purple.
I don't think I've played anything beyond 3. You've played a lot of the new ones?
It was that one. The new ones? No. No.
Well, it sounds like it. I mean, after 3, you played a lot of them after 3.
No. I played Armageddon.
That's it?
Yeah. After Trilogy, because I didn't play 3. It was Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, so I did play 3. After that, I played Trilogy, and then I was away from it I didn't play Shaolin Monks or anything like that for however long. And then Mortal Kombat Armageddon came out, and I just saw, I was like, wow, that's a big fucking roster. And then I saw like, oh, you create your own character? Fuck, why not? And I just picked it up for PlayStation 2.
I think Street Fighter's better than Mortal Kombat. What do you think about that?
Control-wise, yes.
Yeah, playability, I
Absolutely.
think so.
Absolutely. Yes.
Story, I mean, Mortal Kombat's set in a fucking crazy other
Mortal
realm or something.
Kombat beats Street Fighter story-wise, hands down.
Yeah,
They're way more in-depth.
Street Fighter had no fucking story.
No.
Even when they had to try to make it out of a movie, they were just like, there's cops and bad guys.
Yeah. I mean,
They fucked up the movie, too.
yeah.
They said Jean-Claude Van Damme was doing $10,000 a week worth of coke.
Coke?
Or something.
Yeah.
And he would sometimes halt the action of the movie for like 20 minutes to do push-ups in his trailer just so he'd come out and just be fucking insanely ripped up or something. Like, that's pretty awesome. I'd like to watch it again knowing now what I didn't when I first saw it. I'd love to watch that movie knowing that Jean-Claude Van Damme is just
I own it.
fucking coke to the gills the whole fucking movie.
I have it. We should do a movie review of that. What, you played Clay Fighter, right?
Yeah.
You don't remember much of it, though?
No, I rented it on Super Nintendo when I was a
I did,
child.
too, like once or twice. Or yeah, it was at least a few times I did. What the dude, I'd tell you, you have to fucking go on eBay and buy yourself an emulator. So you talk about nostalgia trip. You play all that shit from back then.
Awesome. For years, though.
Awesome.
Let's rock, paper, scissors for yours.
Fuck out of here. It's not that expensive. Like, it was like, I think I paid 120 something for it. But it has 13,000 games on it from I feel like I don't know how many systems.
10 minutes each, though, and be happy.
That's about what you do. There's a few games on it where I can sit down and play the whole thing straight. Like
Aladdin.
Yep. I don't like to talk about much.
What?
What
are you talking about?
Secret of Mana for Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Which is basically a Zelda type of game, RPG.
Oh,
like,
cool.
I can sit down and play that. Like, I fucking love that game. Zelda, A Link to the Past for Super Nintendo. I can play that straight through. Like,
same here, dude. Beat that 100 times.
Really, any of the old Zeldas.
200 times. I never played Zelda.
Mario 1, 2, and 3 for regular Nintendo. Super Mario World for Super Nintendo. I can play that straight through. Like, you know, there's games like that. Some of the classics. Donkey Kong Country. But there's a lot of other games like classic Frogger. You know, Clay Fighter, Contra 3 Alien War. I can play that. I can play that straight through. But there's one part I always get fucking stuck on, and that. What am I gonna do? I have one here.
Hey, check it out. I have a gas station.
Yeah, but a majority of those games on there, you fucking you just play for like you turn it on, play like part of the first board, and then you're bored. You're just like, all right, on to the next one.
I played GoldenEye on 64 like a year ago.
Right.
And I had some time to kill, and I was thinking, all right, yeah, I got a couple hours, I'll beat this real quick. And I beat like the first 2 levels. Takes a while. You think you can just tear it?
I think those boards are. I remember the what was it, the satellite or whatever it was.
Yep, when you're outside in the snow.
Yeah, that's a fucking long ass board. Just cause
you're walking around all over the place.
Yeah,
walking from cabin to cabin looking for. That's a cool game though.
It is cool. I haven't played that game in years and years and years.
Oh, I got it. And once I win that title from you, I'm going to defend it in that game. Loser has to...
It doesn't work that way. It works the other way. You challenge someone.
I'm going to win it from you in whatever stupid game you want to play. And then when I defend it, I'm going to play GoldenEye against you. And the loser is going to have to jump into a snow angel with just shorts on, out in the snow. In spots where your dog pissed in the snow. On camera.
Your track record with these kind of things is not good. Are you sure you want to do that?
It's bound to pick up.
Are you sure you want to do that?
I don't want to do the dog piss thing.
Now you're already backing out of your own
do that.
Oh.
We'll talk about it later.
Oh my God. I don't even know.
I have to win the title first from you in whatever game you pick.
It's a game I picked.
Are you going to defend it this episode?
I already did, and I beat you.
I wasn't wearing a mask for that or anything. That was me. That was.
I can't even remember now.
Fuck.
I wasn't wearing a mask. That was me. So what?
Yeah, it was. It's just straight up lost this episode. That's good. we didn't even play Mortal Kombat, dude. We got to play Mortal Kombat for the belt.
I can do that.
Yeah.
We could do that.
After this.
Fucking, yeah, the emulator. Pick it. It's upstairs. You're gonna hook that up.
Can we just show the fight here and be like, man, look how bad I'm kicking your ass, dude. You fucking suck at this.
All right.
Oh, I didn't even know I could fist you. What button did I hit to do that?
Oh, that wasn't a
nuts,
button,
dude. Look at that shit. Oh, my guy's putting his dick in your guy's mouth. That's crazy. This isn't Mortal Kombat, man.
Oh, there's 2 girls for every guy. Never mind.
It's 2 girls, 1 fatality. No, we got to play Mortal Kombat for the title.
Yeah, all right.
No warm up or nothing. Just first game. Just go.
Fuck, man. All right, we'll do it. Which one?
And you're the champion. Whatever.
Mortal Kombat 1, 2?
I don't care.
All right.
You could pick Annihilation or some weird stuff. You're your own character that looks like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I don't have any of those. I have the emulator. It's got, all the Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo, and Nintendo 64, but the emulator for 64 sucks, so some of it's glitchy. And
yeah, who the fuck wants to play Mortal Kombat on Nintendo 64 anyway?
I have your 64's there. My 64's in there.
So Mortal Kombat is one of the games that kind of got fucked up by trying to go 3D, right?
No, Mortal Kombat got fucked up because they started to just juice it and juice it and juice it and juice it. Fucking squeeze every little bit of life out of it they could.
You mean put it in different games and...
They started... Yeah, there's so many fucking Mortal Kombat games that came out and they just killed it. Same thing they were doing with...
I played one you could pick up weapons and shit. You're picking up warhammers and fighting in one-on-one combat. Environmental weapons and stuff.
Like, yeah, they just... And, like, now it's turned into... almost like a sports game, like a 2K game or something, where they come out with a new Mortal Kombat like every other year, every 2 or 3 years.
Were they the first ones to be able to smash a guy into another stage, though? Because remember how cool that was?
Was that Mortal Kombat?
I think so, dude.
It might have been.
What the fuck else would have done it? It was in Mortal Kombat.
It might have been. You could, like, go on different platforms and shit like that and drop down.
You could uppercut somebody through the floor, like there was 4 different
and
floors.
And then jump up top. Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was different at the time.
Yeah, it was amazing at the time when you're a little kid. I forgot about how cool that was, being able to smash each other through the floor and shit.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll tell you my favorite fighting game. Like, back then anyway, my favorite fighting game was, like, wrestling games. No Mercy.
Oh, Raw.
No Mercy.
Raw for Super Nintendo,
Raw.
Dude. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was
you take the chairs and the fucking bucket and shit like that.
You could beat the ref up so bad he would leave.
That's right. You would just leave.
Endlessly just whip somebody's ass.
Which was amazing as a kid.
I played WrestleMania before Raw and Royal Rumble. Super Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I went out and bought WrestleMania retroactively after I had been playing Raw a lot, because I had to go to the store and get a new controller, and I also saw that. And I mean, obviously knew it was an older game, but I bought it knowing that it was the predecessor to it, but still enjoying it just for the different characters.
You played Turok?
Hell yeah, all of them.
Fucking love Turok. That actually, I like Turok better than GoldenEye. I liked it way better.
That That doesn't fly here. I don't think that's too cool. But whatever.
I do.
Two-man show.
Better
whatever.
fucking, way better weapons.
Turok is better than GoldenEye.
Gory. Awesome.
It is gory. Number 2 had a lot of hubbub about it. It took a long time to come out. And I remember multiplayer on that was pretty fun.
The weapons on number 2 are better, but
The cerebral bore I didn't like.
it was the story wasn't. It was kind of cool, but not at the same
It
time.
had some serious load times. I remember that was that was
Yeah.
a big one. That was a big one getting for Christmas.
But that was also
Turok game.
that was also before like load. I mean,
Yeah, it was.
like now with games, the load time is like ridiculous if you compare it back then. But yeah, that was before like a load time was a thing.
Yeah, but people grew to be accustomed to just getting fuck hammered by load times, but that was before they were even a thing. So any slightest bit of load time was getting fuck hammered by it. That
Yeah.
was bullshit.
Yeah, well, that game was big though. Like, I mean, size wise, like in the cartridge itself, like that was a big fucking game because there's a lot in it.
Turok 1 had no multiplayer,
No, it
but the
didn't.
single player was just cool.
Each fucking map was like an hour long, each stage.
Yeah, didn't get too far into that.
I did. I got real fucking far in it, but Jesus, like you play it and you're like, fuck, this game it won't fucking end. Like,
That was a good one though. Yeah, but not better than GoldenEye, dude. GoldenEye had
GoldenEye's
machine guns, guns,
GoldenEye's
you had to reload,
multiplayer was
hand
better.
Grenades,
Which is by
motion
default,
sensing-
but-
motion sensing grenades.
You know what
smoke
game?
bombs.
Like that's just personal preference. I like Turok better, but
That's wrong, though.
And
But go on, I guess.
and to me, there is no argument here with anybody. Perfect Dark trumps GoldenEye 11 times out of 10.
Yeah, the controls probably do.
Well, it's the exact same
It's sweet,
company.
yeah.
The exact same company, but way fucking better weapons, like futuristic weapons. And
Better
just-
weapons if you've watched Star Wars for 2 months every year to celebrate Christmas. It definitely has better weapons. Not better weapons if you like machine guns and shotguns and blood appearing on people and stuff. But it was a cool game, definitely. Same engine, more. It's okay, dude. There's nothing wrong with watching Star Wars for 2 years around.
What the hell was that railgun that? What the fucking name was that railgun that it had like this thermal imager? It could look through walls and
The
shit.
cerebral bore.
Nah. Yes, maybe that's what it was.
And you would shoot it and it would go around corners and stick in the guy's head and your brain would be squirting out.
That was awesome.
And it,
But,
it was cheap. It was cool though.
I loved it.
I liked how the arrows would stick in the person.
Yep.
You know, that was really cool in number 2.
No, in Perfect Dark there was a thermal. It was
I
a
had no
fucking
idea.
rail gun. I can't remember the name of it, but it would auto lock on your enemy. Like slowly, like it wasn't just like a lock on like
And
this.
shoot a
It
laser
would
through the
follow
walls
them
or
like
something.
it was a rail gun, but you could see through multiple walls, heat signatures, and then fucking like shoot them. And it was a one shot, one kill kind of thing. It was super fucking overpowered.
Golden laser.
It was a super overpowered gun, but playing online, or not online, but just playing multiplayer was cheap unless everyone had the gun. But
Could you sneak up and fuck somebody up with a different gun while they were using that?
you could sneak up and fuck them with the gun.
Yeah. The whole thing, huh?
The whole
BFG,
thing.
big fucking gun.
Oh yeah, big fuck gun.
357 Magnum.
Oh,
What kind of gun would you have sex with if you had to get sex had you with a gun?
for what game?
For real life.
For
Yeah.
an E11.
Yeah. What's up? Enlighten me.
Oh, it's a stormtrooper rifle.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's that time of year.
Yeah,
Star Wars time.
everyone fucking pulls their E11s out and starts shooting and not hit anything.
That was the logical sequel, like to GoldenEye, though, because even though it was a different franchise, it was a different story. It was the same company and all. that.
Yeah, it was. It was the same exact as Rare. Who else? Fucking. Yeah, it was Rare. I don't know what if there was a division or something, but you play it. If you played GoldenEye and you were at all competent with GoldenEye, you were already right off the bat confident in Perfect Dark because it was the exact same controls. Everything was like fucking identical. Just the characters were like. Just everything was designed better. The graphics are better, obviously, because they're gonna be. and
It's a little smoother, yeah.
smoother, and there's way more weapons. Like I said, there were like your basic weapons that were all fucking machine
I'm
guns.
the best at GoldenEye out of any other game ever.
There was like they had their regular pistols, machine guns.
You're
and
acting like that's not an impressive thing I just said.
it's not.
If I had to pick one game I was the best at, it would be GoldenEye. And I'm literally unbeatable.
Now it would be either Brawlhalla or Star Wars Battlefront. I started playing that again last week.
How old is that?
2 years.
I bought one of those fucking games. It's like online only. Some Star Wars fucking game. I got like 4 for $20 and I picked up one of those.
Star Wars Battlefront 1 was more or less online only.
Yeah.
There was a single player mode, but it was fucking really watered down and basically non-existent.
Yeah.
But 2 has like a story mode and everything, which is okay. It's passable.
What about Star Wars fighting Mortal Kombat? No, I got my answer from the question from earlier. Mortal Kombat versus Starship Troopers.
What characters though?
All the humans wouldn't even need them. Casper Van Dien, kill them. Just all the bugs. Goro ripping bugs apart, fighting bugs and shit.
I think the bugs would fuck Mortal Kombat up.
Nah, they got guns. Yeah, maybe they would. But what about Reptile? He's a lizard. That's the bug. Lizards are bugs.
Fuck. The whole like villains and heroes from Big Trouble in Little China.
I haven't seen that in like 20 years, man.
That cast. There's fucking crazy characters and magic and all that shit and fucking.
They would fight Mortal Kombat?
Kurt Russell with fucking guns and shit. Yeah, why not?
Rest in peace. This is gonna come out for like a week, right?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Kurt Russell.
A moment of silence. Anyway, so yeah, I think that would be a good one. Or the cast from Tremors,
They fall into a hole,
including the worm,
and they go into Mortal Kombat.
the fucking cast from
One of the fighting
Beetlejuice.
One of the that's a good one. One of the fights is inside of the worm, and you uppercut a guy, and he smashes through its stomach, and you're fighting on the back of it.
or
Beetlejuice would be Beetlejuice. He has to have had been in a fighting game by now, right?
I don't think so.
Probably not, but
Ghostbusters.
they might get fucked up too, though.
Yeah, well, they would.
They don't have
I mean,
guns.
more like Gozer and fucking Vigo the Carpathian and all those crazy fucking things, like the whatever dogs, the demon dog things. What about the Evil Dead?
That's probably the best one. Let's write it.
That's all right. I'm gonna write it.
No, that's got to be the best one. Ash could fight all those guys.
Ash,
try
the
to bang-
Deadites.
He could try to bang Sonya Blade, and Johnny Cage does a split, punches him in the balls. Baraka, he fights Baraka, yeah.
Baraka looks like a Deadite.
Yeah, he does. There's a lot of fucked up characters. That'd be a good one.
Honestly, like you fucking just look up my shelf, just come up with something. What about the Universal Monster series?
I
Like
don't know.
that whole fucking cycle.
I don't know about that. That'd be weird.
Yeah, most of them would be.
Let's do
What about the classic slasher, 70s and 80s?
Michael Myers against
Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy, Pumpkinhead, Leatherface, fucking Predator.
That's a good one too. Predator, Evil
Wait,
Dead.
wasn't he in one of them?
Predator, Evil Dead, Mortal Kombat.
I think Predator was in one of the Mortal Kombat games.
Yeah, for sure. My buddy's got it, I imagine. Yeah.
Alien was, Xenomorphs were.
You know, Predator, Evil Dead.
And they've already had
Kombat.
Jason and Freddy in it.
That'd be the best combination. I'm still waiting for Terminator versus RoboCop, y'all.
They had that in Super Nintendo.
As a movie.
Oh. Well, they had comics and shit like that, so you never know. Nowadays, you never fucking know.
My dream movie, I think.
You never know.
I think that would be the best thing.
Who do you think would win, logically?
Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just has living tissue. RoboCop has a brain and shit. You know?
So you don't think he could outsmart him?
Terminator's pretty smart. He can change his voice and call bitches up and talk like they're kid and shit. Terminator knows what's up. And he's from the future, dude. RoboCop is on dial-up. He's from the fucking 90s. You know?
You've got mail.
I think Terminator would fuck him up. He'd have to be fighting the cops. He'd have to fight the whole Detroit police force, and that's probably not much of a task. This
What version of the Terminator? T600, T800?
T2, the fucking metal and all the only one.
The T800.
T1, yeah.
I'd like to see him face a T600.
What's that?
It's like a fucking bulky version of the T800.
How do you know more about Terminator than I do? And it's my favorite movie. Fuck.
Cause I'm a fucking geek, man. All right, the T800 was the Terminator from like Terminator 1 and 2, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
That's T800.
Okay.
That exoskeleton.
I didn't know that. I always said T100.
No,
800,
the T800 is that exoskeleton. The T1000, you already know that, right?
Yep.
All right. What I don't know is, all right, in T3, what version of the Terminator was that chick?
The T69.
Could
She
have been.
was the TT.
She had a TT. 2 TTs.
Did I tell you
Anyway.
my new impression? Never mind, I forgot it.
Okay, in Terminator Salvation, they had the T600, which was a bulky version of the Schwarzenegger version, like exoskeleton.
He was Arnold looked like he was the weightlifter one?
No, it was the T600, the robot itself, the exoskeleton.
Mm-hmm.
It was like this bulky machine. It looked more like a machine than a human.
And which movie was this? This is Salvation?
Salvation.
Okay, so they went to a time that was even before the Terminator 2 T800, and this was a T600 that was a model before that.
Before, after,
and it was
yes.
bulkier, like it just had more metal shit to it.
Yeah.
The person, if they
It
put-
still looked like a person, but it would clearly, like, if you looked from a distance, be like, is it a person? But if you were, like, within, like, 50 yards, be like, that's not a fucking
I
person.
think I've seen that in, like, action figure from that movie. Yeah, I know.
Maybe, but yeah, so, all right, so going by that, what version?
T800, obviously.
So that would be what you.
The T2 one, yeah.
There's like
it'd be cool to
25
have a T1000 in the mix also, but the visual effects wouldn't be that impressive because it's old hack nowadays. So
Okay.
just straight up RoboCop versus Terminator.
All right,
I'd like to see.
You know what
Set
I-
in the 90s. I don't want it in the current shit or anything.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would be just cool for nostalgia. I don't really care when it was set, but
Yeah.
you know what I'd like to see? There was a fucking comic book series. It was a 3-part series. There could have been more after that, but
Mortal Kombat, Star Wars.
the one, the one that I remember is Batman versus Predator.
All right,
That was pretty badass.
that's a cool one.
I had
See
those
that.
where Predator almost fucking killed
The
Batman.
Joker like capture him and drop him off. On
No,
some
Joker had
purple
nothing to do
island
with
or
it.
something. Yeah, he'd like you to think he didn't. I bet he fucking did.
The Joker was actually the fucking Predator.
Joker's a real piece of shit. I heard he's 1/8 Portuguese. You know how I feel about the fucking Portuguese.
No, how do you feel about the
Hey,
Portuguese?
Chihuahua.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
even know what language they speak over there. I think it's like all clicks and just they hit each other. I think it's all violence and just mouth sounds.
it's
They-
like 2 punches in the cheek is like a yes or something like
They
that.
loosely speak Spanish when they're not breathing through their mouths. They speak fragments of Spanish. I think that's about it.
Do they breathe through the mouth and nose at the same time?
Yeah.
Because that's like fucking, that's a science blunder. I don't know how that's possible.
No, they do. They spit at each other to get each other's attention. That's how they say what's up. Wake up in the morning to spit on somebody. They're gross, yeah.
I don't know how that's possible. I'm going to figure that out one day.
How to breathe through your mouth and nose at the same time. That's
Yes.
a fucking Portuguese person, dude. And it's just incredible.
Man of War.
I've been reffing, man. I reffed the show last weekend. I didn't tell you about yet.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Good. I got beat up by a girl.
No. Well, it's, you know,
I
is it first you get beat up by him, then you get their number. It's, you know,
also during
step by step.
Somebody got knocked. This chick was knocked on the ground, and this other chick put.
Legit or work?
It was during the match. She
Oh,
put
all
her
right.
foot on her chest to give her like a King Kong Bundy pin, right? And I'm standing there and I go, 1.
How high were you?
I wasn't high.
Oh, well, that's the problem. One.
Probably is. And then I was like, I jumped down, got on the mat real quick, but that's pretty good.
That's great.
Yeah. And what good aside from that, I'm getting real comfortable doing it.
That's good.
I feel like that fuck up was partially due in part to me actually becoming pretty comfortable.
That's your dream, right? The fucking ref?
Just to do it once was my dream. I already did it. Now I don't know what the fuck. It's back to my life, not knowing what the fuck I'm doing. I have no idea.
Oh.
Even then it was though. Like even then, like if somebody asked, my whole goal in life is just have as much fun as I can.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've lived 50 years already. I mean, I said that when I was 25, and I'm older than that now, so I guess I've lived more than that. It's slowed down a little bit, but my goal is just always to have as much fun as I could. And if I could think of any goal, if I had to think of one, I would have said to referee a pro wrestling show, and I've done that several times over now. So that's it. I did it. My life is done. My literal goal in life is to not die violently. That's it. I just don't want to get cut in half or anything.
Shoot for the stars, right?
My goal in life is just not get cut in half and be holding my own intestines like, what the fuck? You know?
You know what's fucked up?
I don't want to get...
That is how you will go.
I know. Yeah.
Damn it. Oh.
What is this? Jesus.
Just remember, every failure is just a lesson learned.
Yeah. I mean,
I shouldn't have did that. Oh.
some people would make new goals. Me, just call it a win. That's a game. It's a defensive game from here on out. You know what
That's
I mean?
good.
Don't get cut in half.
Just playing for pride now.
Don't get cut in half.
Yeah.
And if I talk about it enough on this podcast, I think it increases the likelihood. But if I really push it over the edge and say it enough,
No, if you say don't, you're manifesting your fucking future.
if I
That's all
die
that's
getting cut in half, it'd be the funniest thing in the world.
Says the guy that constantly carries a blade around.
Yeah, well, you living on the edge of life.
Yeah, that's. Oh shit, that's good shit though. That's cool that you're fucking. It's the only person I know that their goal in life is to have as much fun as possible and to just do it.
I think it should be everybody's goal. Well, I mean, people have different goals over time. You know, stuff happens.
I think that is everybody's goal.
Then,
It's just
life happens.
you're well, that's people's choice, man. That's really people's choice. You know, that's really an excuse a lot of people have. It's like, well, life happens, and I'm notorious for saying that too. It's like, oh, life happens, but you know, the more I think about it, it's like, that was my choice though, to fucking put everything on hold and like everything I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, there's one thing I realized over the years, or really in the last few weeks, that it really stopped me or stifled me from doing things and taking them to the next level. Is like, I was fucking deathly afraid of failure.
Yeah, I know. So I've seen posts you put on Facebook about people being afraid to fail. You know, you have to not be afraid to fail to try things. You know.
Well, yeah, it was like a week or so ago, something like that.
Yeah, I think everybody can relate to that.
It was, but yeah, like, I mean, when I did like the music production and everything like that, it kept going, it kept going, it kept going, it kept growing.
Yeah, you did some dope songs, man. I heard a bunch of them.
And I got to the point where, all right, the next step is to actually take it somewhere, like a studio or something like that, and like really make it grow. And I didn't. Mm-hmm. I just stopped, and couldn't tell you why. At least at the time, I couldn't tell you why. I did the same thing with when I was fucking addicted to Warhawk. Like, and I was like that good at that game. Like, I could have taken that somewhere. Like, taking it like at least semi-pro tournaments and shit like that, because they had them at the time. They had them, and I just didn't do that. Mm-hmm. It didn't really dawn on me. It was like, man, I was just fucking afraid to fail.
Yeah, when I actually first did the referee thing, maybe 2.5 years ago, and I did 4 matches, and I kind of fucked up 2 of them a little bit.
Well,
So I did it, and then I didn't do it for a couple of years, and Chris Envy actually told me, he said, you can get me in reffing somewhere. And I said, yeah, I mean, I already did it. You know, I fucked up a couple times. I'm not great at it. And he goes, well, how are you going to get better at it if you don't do it again?
Exactly.
Said,
exactly.
Yeah, fuck, you're right, man. And then I did it. And then the first show I did, I was talking at a different show. I was talking at a different show. And I was talking with Len Oddity. And I said, yeah, well, this guy, I said I did good. I didn't have to do this match. I didn't have to do like the main event. So, you know, it was good first show back. And he goes, oh, really, man? Because I'd want to do the main event. That's weird. And then I was like, yeah, you're right. Why the fuck don't I want to do the main event?
Exactly, yeah.
I did the main event at the next one.
Yeah, it was fucked up though, because actually I heard something where like the way we're conditioned just from a young age is like we're conditioned to think like failure at something is like this embarrassment or something that's like should be shunned, and it's like it's really not like that though. Like you fucking fuck up at something and you're like,
oh, there's a number of famous people, or not even famous, successful people that would tell you, you know, you can't be afraid to.
No, that's like the best thing you could, like the most you're gonna learn is fucking something up and be like, all right, don't do that again. Like just, you gotta reapproach it. It's like, all right, well, I succeeded to this point and then I kind of veered and I gotta go in the other direction next time. Like,
well, she's dead, so.
Yeah, so don't fucking give her 18 pills. Give her 16 next time. You know, learn from your mistakes.
Or maybe 2 sandwiches and the same amount of pills.
Yeah.
Bravo. Nicely done.
Yeah, but yeah, just that thing though. And, yeah, what Len said is, you know, why wouldn't you want to do the fucking go and ref the main event, especially like your first one back? It's like, fuck it, go for it. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? You've already fucked up doing it before, so it's not like it's like, oh, I don't want to fuck up my first time in a bit, because you already fucked it up and you're gonna fuck up again. So
I applied the same thinking to a last man standing match that was particularly crazy, blood of weapons and shit, and I was like, that sounds like it'd be pretty difficult to do, be like the one that counts to 10 during a last man standing match. I'm like, I'm gonna do that shit too. And I told them I'm gonna do it, and I said, oh yeah, it's easy, man. There's no rules. You just gotta count to 10. It's fucking easy.
Yeah. Perfect.
Why didn't I think of it like that?
Yeah.
Like, I have to count to 10. Everybody's gonna be looking at me, but at the same time, there's no like, you know, watch your closed fist and shit. Like, there's no rules to it.
And that's it's perspective. It's like if you look at it the wrong way, you overthink it. Like, fuck, man. It's like, oh, think about it. Mm-hmm. This isn't like a submission match. This isn't like a sanctioned standard match where you got to watch 5 counts, 10 counts down, out of the ring counts, corner, and like get out of the You don't have to do any of that. It's like, oh, this is no holds barred. It's like, all right, great. Count of 3, false count anywhere. I'm like, cool, count of 3 anywhere. Mm-hmm. Or last man standing. It's like, I just fucking count to 10.
That was fun.
Whatever.
Probably one of the craziest matches I've ever refereed. It's a whole different thing seeing the shit happen right in the ring next to you, you know?
And that was for what organization?
New York Championship Wrestling, Whitesboro, New York.
All right.
I'm hoping to do a street fight at their next one.
So you've refed for ICW, yeah?
Dynasty.
All right, Dynasty you've refed for. You haven't refed for ICW yet?
Not yet.
No? All right.
Hopefully.
Next
one.
one?
I get some shows under my belt.
All right. And New York Championship.
2-month hiatus, so by the time they come back, I'll have refed 3 more shows, so I'll have refed quite a few by then.
For New York again?
Yes.
All right. So you're gunning for ICW.
Yep.
What's after that?
I got a loose invitation last time I refed 2 shows ago to ref at a place out in Connecticut. It was Brooklyn, that's why I didn't take them up on it, because the travel seemed like it'd be a nightmare. But I'd like to try to do other places on top of that, you know?
Why not go to Brooklyn? You're always fucking going down that way for wrestling shows anyway.
I don't drive in the city. I've never driven to.
It's not that bad.
I don't like it. There's a lot of Portuguese down there.
Okay, it is that bad.
if I keep like pushing this fucking fake thing that I hate Portuguese people,
people are gonna start buying into it.
No, people are gonna think that it's like an inside joke, and I'm talking about like every race or something. They're gonna be like, "Oh, he means he's talking about black people when he says Portuguese people." I get it. It's racist.
You're gonna kill our fucking loose small fan base.
I've probably met 100 Portuguese people. Never knew it once. I mean, if I did, I'd stop talking to them, but I didn't. You know, it's not something you could look at somebody.
So it's really on their side.
You look at somebody, you know, they're Portuguese. Man, you got to smell them.
It's like Guyanese or something. Like, how the fuck do you know that?
I love Guyanese people. I could identify Guyanese people. I've worked with a lot of them. They're very.
I've worked with one.
Yeah.
His name's Capiche Singh.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Brazil.
That's a solid name. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Yep. I can't even remember what we were fucking talking about. Oh, yeah, you're fucking referee thing.
He's from Brazil. That's nuts.
Yeah, the Brazilian nuts. They come in 2 nuts in a sack.
Mm-hmm. Next after that, I feel like I I feel like one of the reasons I'm pretty good with working at these places is because I don't have a set end game in sight. I'm really just happy to be there, as corny as that sounds.
Well, not an end game, but like your next, like at least
Other places,
to
other
me,
venues.
yeah. To me,
Yeah.
it's like your next fucking step. It's like
Some more.
I
I'd love personally to do some bloodier shit, to be able to ref something out of state, maybe down in Jersey.
there should be a fucking goal of yours.
Yeah, death
Ref
match.
a match that involves Nick Gage.
Oh, that'd be insane. Yeah,
There you go.
that would be nuts. Nick Gage. That's a crazy. That would be a crazy one.
And not even Brazilian nuts.
He would. There's a chance he would actually attack me. He's threatened to kick my ass several times. Well, not for real, but for real.
Yeah.
And he's attacked referees a lot.
There you go.
So, is that a goal? Yes.
There you go. What, to get attacked or to ref? Either one. I guess it goes hand in hand.
Both.
So yeah.
Well,
you can't take one without the other.
Yeah, that'd be fucking sweet.
Yeah, that's something you should shoot for. And just for that reason, I think you should take up that Brooklyn one.
Ah, dude.
Just
So
fucking.
one of the guys that was.
Especially down the city, because how many fucking people are you gonna run? Could you possibly run into in the city? It's the fucking city.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna be there? Like, you might run into someone that's a somebody, a who's who kind of person. Like,
One of the guys that was going to help me with that, I heard some not so great things about him.
listen,
Things that he's done that I
does he rape fucking children?
don't know. But I probably shouldn't take anybody up on that. But in the future, I would take people up on opportunities like that and such.
Yeah. Especially you. Like me, I'm stuck in this room working on getting this shit off the ground. But I got my daughter, so I can't fucking just up and leave. But if you have the opportunity to fucking go down there, do it. Why not?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Why not?
Oh, I'm going to. And I'm going to stab myself live on the podcast next week for ratings.
Tomorrow never comes. I don't.
Loser stabs himself. I stabbed myself a few years ago.
By accident?
No, on purpose.
You're an idiot.
No, it was on accident. I was drunk when I was living in Albany with my boy TJ.
What TJ?
TJ, it doesn't matter. From New York, from Georgia.
Georgia, New York.
And I don't even remember what knife it was, but I tried to make it look like I stabbed myself, and I stabbed like this into my pants, and I stabbed through my pants into my leg.
You're not good with that. Didn't you do something like that up at your house watching WrestleMania 17 with Matt?
Somebody stabbed Matt in the foot with my old butterfly
like you or
knife.
MBK or something like that? Yeah, all right.
He was going to stab a balloon.
Yep.
And Matt kicked it out of the way, and he stabbed him anyway. Yeah.
Knives and you.
I think
knife stories and mixed with something with you is just not good.
I've also cut a lot of people with knives too, though.
I should ban knives when it comes to you. You can bring firearms here, but not knives.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
That's fair.
All right. I know it's fair.
No, it was a horrible idea. I stabbed myself in the leg.
Yeah, stabbing yourself generally isn't a good idea.
I was trying to just stab through my jeans and make it look like I got myself in the leg, but I fucking stabbed myself good. And I had to go on a blind date with a redheaded nurse the next day. And I was just kept thinking in my head, imagine if this chick knew I was wearing a huge Band-Aid on my inner thigh from stabbing myself in the leg last night.
She's a nurse.
Yeah, there was no second date.
Well, the first date was you going into the emergency room with a stab wound in your leg. The second date was going out the next
You want
day.
to go on a date? You're under anesthesia.
yeah, all right, I got it.
She'll have the chicken Alfredo. You're puking on yourself.
I love you.
He's dead. He's going into shock. Yep.
I had to give you mouth to mouth, so we made out. I knew I still had it.
No, that's definitely the only time I've ever intentionally stabbed myself.
I don't think I've ever intentionally stabbed myself.
It was supposed to be funny. It was.
In retrospect, yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to do more of the reffing thing, man. I guess you're right. The thing with it would be to.
It'd be something fucked up if you end up like going and reffing in like a bigger organization or something down the city, and you still haven't reffed in fucking ICW up here.
That would be really funny.
Fuck. Who's gonna videotape us?
It'd be funny if a company had somebody that they wanted to that was reffed in a different company and they wanted them to ref, but they were like a cameraman, like in my position, and there'd be spots where the ref would get knocked out and the crowd would be like, go! Then like at the last minute, some other ref always runs out of like some closet or something. No, I think you're right.
Wear a GoPro.
Going to a bigger company, a bigger organization, or different places would be that comes generically, or just networking and talking to people.
Yes.
But in the meantime, the short-term goals to set in a situation like that would be reffing particularly good matches and the talent that you work with, trying to have ref the matches for certain guys. Like I didn't ref the Ugly Ducklings match the last 2 shows we've had, and they're a pretty well-known, very good tag team. And it'd be cool to have refed something they did, but they were in like a 3-corner tag, and a 4-corner tag that was in the main event. So
that's a lot of fucking shit going on.
Yeah, so I was happy to, as much as I hate to say it, I was happy to avoid the main event.
I would say that's actually would be a perfect situation to be in, though. It's like fuck, sink or swim. That's me though.
3-on-3
sink
tag.
or swim.
I did a 6-man tag, and I mean I did some other shit, but yeah, I should have done that. I should have done their match, but that would be the good short-term goal in that is to work with different people and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully this is a short-term goal right now that should be done by next week. Hopefully this fucking strap catapults this fucking thing that we're doing.
The Cinemasker belt?
Yeah. It's a strap for it. I just cut that this morning.
I dig doing this fucking show too, man. This shit's fun too.
Yeah, this is like fucking,
I think I'm gonna get nude next week.
It's a passion project.
And stab myself. That's a real passion project. Get nude and stabbing yourself.
That is passion all the way, man. Passion all the way. Especially if you're in front of a mirror.
I don't get it. Isn't that what the Passion of the Christ is about?
Yeah.
Getting nude, getting stabbed?
I think there was a sequel to that, wasn't there? Like Terminator was in it.
Terminator versus Jesus. What if the new Terminator movie was Terminator sent back in time to kill Jesus? Because that's how they went back in time so far and stamped out all these different revolutionaries, and to the point where they had to, and then the sequel to,
they had to go back in time to erase anything that would cause like belief in themselves and like revolution or anything like
Terminator
that.
versus Adam and Eve.
Terminator versus fucking, they just keep going back and like Terminator versus fucking Adams.
Terminator versus just the dude.
Terminator the dude.
Terminator versus Big Lebowski.
Terminator versus Big Lebowski. Terminator versus Cheech and Chong.
Terminator destroys his carpet. Tied the whole room together, man. Your carpet is very important in the future. Yeah, I think. What's a good movie for Jesus to be in? Like a crossover.
Like we just picked Jesus up and just dropped him in a movie.
Yep, like a Jesus crossover movie. RoboCop, he's dropped in like shit.
All right, what, like Passion of the Christ Jesus, like a serious interpretation?
RoboCop's not it. RoboCop's in the future. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, sorry, what?
Like a Passion of the Christ version of Jesus, like the serious interpretation of Jesus. Like we'll take that version and drop him in a movie. Or like a South Park Jesus.
Whatever Jesus you want, bro. As white as you want him to be, as brown as you want him to be.
All right, we'll do Passion. We'll do Passion.
If you want it to be Mel Gibson,
yeah,
whatever.
Mel Gibson's Jew-hating Jesus.
Okay.
All right. We'll take that version and...
Played by Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson Jesus. And he'll be in... this is a hard one. I wonder what that version of Jesus would do in Dogma.
Well, that had fucking God in it, didn't it? It wasn't Alanis Morissette. God was in Dogma.
Yeah.
So Jesus was probably in it too. It was probably George Carlin or something.
It was the buddy Jesus.
Oh, all right. Cool guy Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
My personal favorite Jesus. What about Independence Day?
There's Super Mecha Death Christ from Cinematic or fucking Angry Video Game Nerd.
What about
Independence Day?
Men in Black?
No.
Jesus and Men in Black.
No. I'm gonna put Jesus in.
Speed.
No, we'll put Jesus in Starship Troopers. No, it doesn't fit right. It's gotta be something with a lot of story.
Trailer Park Boys. Big Jesus and Little China. Put them right in.
If
Jesus versus Godzilla.
I think that might have been a fan fiction thing.
That's an Ill Bill lyric. Godzilla versus God at the Roman Coliseum.
That was a comic. It was a comic. Godzilla
Oh, yeah?
versus God. Yeah. Yep.
I just thought that was some dope shit Ill Bill rapped about.
No. Godzilla in Hell. That happened. Pretty much any Spawn thing that's happened, Godzilla's done. Oh, no.
Jesus and Little Nicky.
What about Jesus and the Gremlins?
He turns water into Kool-Aid while it's flying towards the gremlins so they don't turn into gremlins.
No, they have to get wet, not water. It's anything. It's wet.
Oh.
Turns water into sand. Turns water into food, so they eat it after midnight.
They go run in the ocean, but he parts the Red Sea and they just run through the ocean.
Yeah, wait a minute. Let's talk about the fucking bioterrorism here. What if you just took a bunch of gremlins and chucked them in like a water source of an enemy, and they all fucking spawned in those little demon things?
Yeah, it'd be like tribbles, but it'd just be a whole pile of them.
Awful.
And they have to absorb some of the water, but then they just all start pissing. There'd be a pile of them, and they'd piss on each other, and just
What would happen then?
they'd all die in the middle. It'd be like a.
What if he took the gremlins and threw them in like the same toxic bullshit from Toxic Avenger? What would they turn into then?
I don't know. What if it was just that never-ending hell for just they all keep spawning and just melting?
Or it's
Just a little mini Holocaust, but it's all just gremlins just melting like a fucking fizzy pop thing. You know?
it's
You're just staring at it, drinking a soda, like, a million deaths per every tenth of a second. Fucking crazy, right? Poor fuckers.
It's just spill some on the can.
Just a steady. Just all gremlins bursting into flames.
Or the Thing. Yeah, The Thing. The movie John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh, with Jesus?
Yeah.
So you don't know if Jesus is lying to you or if it's the Thing pretending to be Jesus?
Yeah.
Huh.
You know, if it's Jesus.
They're like, turn that water into wine now. Okay.
Here's a copper. What about Jesus? Oh, no.
Jesus in a movie where he constantly has to prove to people that he's Jesus. Nobody believes him. He's got a haircut and stuff. Jesus in Idiocracy.
Jesus and...
What are you, a fag? I'm Jesus.
Jesus.
That's the Idiocracy quote. I had to.
What about Jesus as a trucker?
George Carlin played a trucker in Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, you're doing it all wrong. No, he played it was a hitchhiker.
Oh yeah,
You're doing it all wrong.
hasn't he played Jesus or in something? Carlin.
Possibly, I don't know. Then he played the conductor in fucking Thomas the Tank Engine, I think it was.
Yep.
Which is really weird if you think about it. Well, if you know his entire career, it's not. But if you just think about it, if you just know George Carlin from his
Making
stand-up
money in
shit,
that market, they call that dipping into the kids. They don't usually say it like that, but that's what they call it. They call that getting kiddie with it. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be holding this knife down by my dick while I'm
Getting kiddie with it.
What were you talking about?
Jesus. What about
I think you need some Jesus in your life.
What about Jesus and Spawn?
Yeah, that's a story as old as God and the devil. Doesn't Spawn about hell anyway. That'd be kind of a given.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Jesus in a movie with aliens.
Wait a minute. All right, here's
Where they think Jesus is an alien. There's a movie with Jesus and aliens, and they're like, I don't know, Jesus.
The Fourth Kind.
We think you're an alien. He's like, I'm telling you, I'm a fucking God's kid. And they're like, the aliens are over here. I don't know about you.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Jesus.
That'd be a really good one.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
I'm Jesus.
Jesus in an asylum and has to get his way out, but he'd have to be robbed of his Jesus-ly powers. His worldly Jesuses would have to be stripped of him.
Yeah.
He'd have to walk among the earth as a non-Jesus. How would he lose his powers to end up in the... Because the insane asylum is built over a gate to hell or something?
I don't know. That would be a hard one.
Or he hasn't evolved into Jesus yet. He's still a carpenter Jesus. And Pokemon's also in the movie. He's got a Pokemon that he sneaks in the...
Has to be Pokemon in the movie. And Sonic.
And Sonic. It's in the
Super
fucking,
Smash Jesus.
It's in the Super Smash Brothers universe.
Pika Pika.
What are the characters to be in Super Smash Brothers universe? Metroid, Super Mario.
Zelda, Link, Ganondorf, Mr. Game & Watch, Ness, Mega Man.
I'd love it if they just put like Larry Bird. Or they just put just like
A random fucking NBA player.
NBA Jam guy.
So you're just going through and then like...
Scottie Pippen, what? He's fighting Superman.
Spud Webb? Well, he's about the same height as him. So.
Shout out Spud Webb.
Yeah. 5'6" and can fucking dunk. Got
Yeah.
my vote.
That'd be great.
What was your favorite basketball game?
NBA Jam.
This fucking podcast, like the fucking subtext of this podcast, has gone all the fuck over
It's all
the place.
about games, kind of.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. NBA Jam's the only one I played, really, dude.
NBA Street.
I don't play a lot of sports games.
I love the Streets franchise.
Mhm.
NFL Street, NBA Street. I thought they were great.
Just another ploy to take the money out of the black man's pocket. NBA Street.
Took it out of my pocket.
Yeah.
I played 1, 2, 3. 3 was my favorite. Home court was awesome, but kind of watered down. Gameplay was cool.
Play a lot of sports games?
I used to. Not so much anymore. The only sports games I really enjoy now is baseball, but that's because I'm like a baseball fanatic, so.
Uh-huh.
I love the game of baseball itself.
I've only really played NBA Jam as a sports game.
Blitz? You didn't play Blitz? NFL Blitz? I fucking
I
love
don't
that.
even know the rules of football, dude.
That was it. You don't have to know the rules. You don't know the rules of any game until you actually play the fucking game.
Thanks for not calling me out, not knowing the rules of football.
I don't give a shit. Fucking, like, what? I don't give a shit. You don't have to watch any sports for all I care.
I mean, I know enough to not watch it.
I don't do that whole, like, you're not a man for watching football. Like, fuck, man. Like, if you want to play that card, like, just fucking tune into ESPN.
So my whole life.
And most of the fucking shit that's on there is about, like, what the fucking guy who played for this team ate that day, what fucking girlfriend
And
they
he's
beat
got
up.
CTE, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And, like, there's more drama on fucking ESPN. Like, football...
30 for 30.
Yeah, that has become the pro wrestling now. Like, there's more story off the field than there is fucking on the field. Not why I like sports. I like sports for the game. I don't care about their past life. I don't care about their home life. I don't care about what they're doing after the
What
fact.
if one of them's married to a fucking Kardashian and overdosing on 9 dick pills at a fucking bordello in Nevada?
Don't fucking care.
What if a guy pulls out a gun and shoots himself in the fucking leg?
Don't fucking care.
How about a guy that fucking plots and has a guy murdered and then joins a gang in jail and gets face tattoos and hangs himself?
These are all fucking things that have actually happened in the sports world.
And you still don't care?
No, I don't fucking care.
I don't care either.
It's sports. I watch sports for sports. When I watch shit like this, I'd fucking tune into MSNBC or CNN or something.
About Tanya Harding, man.
Who?
Tanya Harding.
Who?
She's a chick that hit the chick.
I know who she is.
She knocked her leg out from under her leg.
Nancy Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care. And that happened like 20 years ago. Why are we?
Wouldn't it be funny if we're talking about Tanya Harding and you mentioned it to somebody and you're like, oh yeah, the chick from the sex tape? I guess. That too. What do you mean that too? That's where she's from, right?
You remember? Whatever.
You think she got famous from that?
Yeah. Wait, she was what? Olympian?
The chick from Celebrity Boxing.
What she did do that.
What celebrity she fought Doug Stanhope?
Did she really?
Mm-hmm. Stanhope says that first of all, her boyfriend was like 6'6" and some huge jacked guy, and he was there too on set that day. And the producers were telling him to really light her up. Like, yeah, fucking punch her. And he's like, oh, I don't know that. So he said they were boxing, and even when he threw like a little fake jab to her, he goes, was that too hard? And she goes, yes. What celebrity would you...
So you're telling me celebrity boxing is fake?
This was for the Man Show. I don't know if it was actually for celebrity boxing. What celebrity would you fight right now if you could? Not if you had to, because I'm sure there's somebody you would.
All right, so if I had choice to?
Yep.
What celebrity would I... Well, without thinking for a long, long fucking time, I would just say Dr. Phil.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate Dr. Phil, dude. I've been wanting to put in a complaint at work for 6 months now because of fucking Dr. Phil.
I take that back. I take that back strongly. Kanye West. I would punch the shit out of him. Because he's such a fucking shithead.
But you're the guy that doesn't care. Well, you didn't say you don't care about the Kardashians and stuff. You said you care about the sport.
Kanye West thinks he's fucking like.
How is he in your
genius.
world, though? How is he? What does he do that's crossing over into your face?
I remember shit like.
You don't listen to rap.
All right, you remember? No, I don't listen to anything he does. I listen to very, very, very specific rap.
He's not showing up on
3
your TV
artists.
shows.
No. All right, let's rewind the clock. 13 years. All right, Hurricane Katrina.
Oh shit! I love that clip.
Okay.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Yeah.
And you see Mike Myers go like.
Yeah, poor Mike Myers doesn't know. Yeah, he doesn't know. And then they cut to, I think, Chris Rock standing next to a refrigerator, like, All right, so there's that.
Hilarious.
What?
I like a couple of the songs.
What didn't he like announce he was going to run for presidency or some shit
Probably.
like that? At this time, this day and age, who the fuck? Maybe.
And he also just became Christian. And
I'm sure
he did, and he's super Christian now, and he loves Donald Trump. So why would you fight him?
Just because he's a fucking shithead.
Yeah.
Just
you think you can take him? You don't think he's like works out and shit?
I don't know. He may have a lot of time on his hands. I don't know.
I'm not Kanye. I wouldn't fight Kanye. I'd rather have a talk with him.
Actually,
that's
a more intriguing question.
I wouldn't say anything to him. I would just like listen to him talk for like 5 minutes and be like, oh yeah.
What celebrity would you like to have a sit down with, like an hour long or
like
2 hours?
Hunter Thompson if he was alive, or Jim Morrison if he was alive. Those are like the kind of hack answers, though. A celebrity, probably somebody that's done something insane. I don't know, you say celebrity, but my head goes to wanting to talk to somebody who's like...
It doesn't necessarily have to be like music or movie or anything like that. Just a big public figure in anything. Politics, movies, radio, business.
BTK?
Yeah, anything that has any kind of big influence somewhere.
Yeah, BTK. No, I don't know, dude. I try to think... I can't think of... for fame alone, like...
Doesn't even have to be
probably
famous.
A fucking wrestler, I guess, man. Scott Hall. But I mean, I could beat him for 30 seconds for $50, and I don't do that, you know?
Right.
So... No, what about you?
It would... To narrow it down, It would have to be someone of a major success in something I'm interested in or something I'm pursuing. It's like if I'm going to do something like that, where I'm like, all right, I get an hour or 2 hours to sit down with
Brian
somebody.
Boitano.
And who?
Never mind.
All right. I want to try to soak up as much information as I possibly can. One that would come like right off the bat would be George Hurst, who's like a huge figure in Tandy leather. It's like big leathercraft guy.
If everybody got the chance to meet one person they could talk to in the world, you would be first in line at that one. There'd be 1 million people in John Lennon's line, 20 million, and then that line would just be you, and that guy'd be like, what the fuck am I doing here? I'm supposed to be in Muhammad Ali's line.
Yeah.
Like this fast.
Yeah. Well, the way I figure is, all right, I'm going to get an opportunity to talk to whoever I want
You
to.
could probably just buy him dinner at a nice restaurant, and he would...
I might as well. The way I figure is, I might as well get as much out of it as I possibly can. Like as much information as like, how the fuck did you get in the position you're in? Like either that or in music. Like who's a big music producer? Like who's the guy that fucking?
You want me to a producer, not like a talent?
No, because
So you're doing something alternate too. Like you'd think like most people would be like, oh, I'd like to have dinner with Mel Gibson, but I'm trying to think of like somebody that's done crazy things or killed people and something like a wild person to talk to.
No, because
and you're thinking of somebody to further your own thing. I get what you're
that's
doing
it.
too. Yeah,
That's just it. It's like
neither
if I'm
of us are answering this question
talk,
properly.
all right, if it's all right, I'll answer the way you're answering it. But the way I just figure, if I'm gonna talk to somebody, I want to get something out of it.
I'd talk to Arnold Schwarzenegger, I guess, dude.
Success.
That's my favorite movie.
That is actually one I share with you, probably for a different reason. Because he's like, fuck, man, everything he's ever done, he's fucking gone to as far as he can go.
Oh, yeah,
with
we
it.
talked about it last time. All the things he's done.
Yeah.
I think I said he married
13
he married into effectively royalty. 13-time Mr. Universe.
Yeah.
Became a movie star.
He was the fucking top paid
elected
actor in Terminator
official.
3 at the time.
Elected official.
At the top he can go because he can't be president. He's not born in the United States, but he's fucking governor of a state. I mean,
Most people would do any one of those things and be like, "That's my life right there, bro. That's it."
Yeah.
He did all this
he
shit.
He just kept going. And then
And
not to
Terminator
mention
2 is my favorite action movie of all time, so I'd probably want to have
that would actually be a really good one too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go
I'd
with
second that.
I thought of it first though.
That's why I said I seconded it. I didn't say I first it.
Second. Yep. Not first, you last.
Yeah, first is the worst, second is the worster.
If I was 12 and I answered that question, it would be the same, but my second choice would be Jean-Claude Van Damme. Now he's like 20th.
Yeah.
Now that I'm an adult, like...
It's funny, like back then, like they were like neck and neck with like action, and as time went on, they
Yeah. Arnold had the higher budget and then more and went into the comedy stuff too. And
I just think he had the better work ethic.
Van Damme was a better fighter. Fucking no doubt.
That would actually be another one. Is Stallone? Stallone would be another one. It'd be great to have a sit down with because he's another one that went from basically poverty when he started.
If you had a fucking closed caption transcriber, you'd have to have somebody doing sign language as he told you. Did he say Rocky? Yeah.
This is grossly exaggerated.
Mr.
But whatever.
Stallone says when you're delivered as a child, you need to have your head pinched with forceps too hard. Fuck up your face. Just born retarded.
Yeah, but that would be another one. Yeah, but I'd try to. If it's just for entertainment value, I'd love to have a sit down with. Actually, that's a hard one. Because I would say like Dwayne Johnson, but that's another one. It's like, oh, just fucking get where you are. See, a lot of the guys, like I think I like stories from, especially wrestlers like Chris Jericho, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like they tell their stories all the time on both their podcasts.
Oh, Stone Cold should be your answer, man.
Yeah, but I don't need to because I hear all the stories all the time on podcasts. So I, don't really need it.
There's no wrestlers I like as much as you like Stone Cold that are as famous as him. Like Mick Foley is the most successful.
That's actually one right there. Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah,
Vince McMahon or Paul Heyman.
That would be something.
Either one of those.
Vince, you could be trapped on a inflatable raft with Vince, and he would have at least 8 hours of just canned conversation where you would think that you're really getting to know him, and he's telling you about what he got for Christmas when he was 4 years old.
Yeah.
And then after that 8 hours, like, you wouldn't talk for a while, and then like you would have to be alone with him for over a day before you would get to know anything to get him candid. You know what I mean?
I think Vince McMahon would be like the best option, at least in that world, because
I'd rather Paul Heyman.
Well, again, Paul Heyman, you can hear a shit ton of his stories if you just go on YouTube.
And I dig yeah.
Vince McMahon is so fucking closed. Like, how awesome would that be to just have a sit down with McMahon? Because you don't hear a lot about him. Mm-hmm. So why the fuck not?
Or Shane even.
Yeah. Shane's weird.
Yeah, I'd rather have somebody more famous, but yeah, Vince would be a good one.
Yeah, I think Vince would be an awesome one. What about all throughout history? We could sit down all throughout
Hitler.
history. That would actually be an interesting one.
Yep.
Definitely. You know, I'd like to attempt would be Charles Manson.
Yeah, but he just will start talking gibberish and make shit up.
That's why I say attempt. Like, I don't know.
I just heard a great clip of his in a new Ill Bill song. He says, "Oh, you go and beat the guy up, fuck him up, then he come back and he beats you up so bad and he almost beats you to death. He lets you live, and you tell him you actually become friends. You say, now I got beat. Now I gotta let you live."
Nelson Mandela. I think that would be an awesome one. For me anyway, I think it'd be awesome to have a sit down with Nelson Mandela.
I think that's a corny ass answer, and I don't think you know much about him.
You can tell me he's a rapist or something.
I don't know. I don't know shit about him. I don't think you do either.
No.
I know he was instrumental. He was a figurehead.
He's a big figurehead.
Those are just like buzzwords.
They really are.
He's an influencer.
That's gonna be
influencer.
Yeah.
I think he started using the hashtag, right?
I think he started making memes.
His Twitch account is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think like the fucking quote he had under it was like, everything seems impossible until somebody does it.
That seems like, I'd like to have dinner with Gandhi. That's kind of like a cheap one.
No, Nelson Mandela.
But why though? I mean, you're just saying that. What would you even say to him?
His insight.
About what?
It'd be like, all right, it would be like having a conversation with Charles Manson, but not insane.
Yeah.
Because if you boil that down, Charles Manson...
That'd be a one-off experience. You wouldn't reap anything from
Charles Manson...
Charles Manson.
If you, get down to the bare bones, Charles Manson had society fucking to a T. And what I find fascinating about that is he spent most of his life away from society. So the fact that he had society... If you listen to him, just rant and rave about, the way people work around each other, individually and as a group, it's like, wow, that's fucking... You hit the nail right on the head. And the fact that he could do that and spend, 3/4 of his life behind bars, and he just knows it, that's incredible.
Yeah.
But he's insane.
He's dead.
So then he'll start... Well, yeah.
Also dead.
Yeah. He'll start just rambling on about other shit. And you're like, the fuck? Where are you going? Mandela, same way, not insane.
What the hell does he talk about, though?
I don't know. I've never had a conversation with him.
I mean, his whole message is cool, but it's not probably pertinent to, of course, people deserve to be treated equally in Africa, but I wasn't over there, so what the fuck do I care to hear about it, you know?
Well, you could say the same thing about having a conversation with, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, I could ask him about movies and shit I've seen and hear his philosophy. I hear about working out and shit.
That's a big thing, philosophy.
No, not his philosophy. Not fucking some stupid book.
I'm huge on
Not some
philosophy.
fucking book.
You can't even
All right.
read pop-up books because they're pop-up pictures.
I meant not so much philosophy, but policies on things never do, when this happens, do this. Personal policies. I believe
when this happens, do this.
I believe that
is this an instructional video?
I believe that every man, religious or not, should have or has some written or unwritten, if they've thought about it or haven't, a set of rules in their life of things they don't do,
What the fuck did you just say?
How there's the 10 Commandments?
Yeah.
Everybody has their own kind of internal thing.
Every, nation,
you should anyway.
Every
Charles Manson
nation
doesn't.
has, I'm sure he has one, fuck people.
Yeah.
I think every nation has their own set of different...
But every man should have his own individual, Some people, don't eat pork.
I think they do.
I'm going to eat pork. Some people don't eat ass,
You're going to eat ass, too.
No.
You got to think about it, though.
Yeah, I don't drink as much as I used to. So it's probably not in the cards for me anymore.
Well, yeah, I think everyone does have their own like set of rules, guidelines. Of course they do.
Whether you know it or not, you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're Charles Manson, you're fucking crazy.
I mean, you might not like sit down and write them out or anything like that, but everyone has their certain things. Like, no, I'm not gonna fucking out. Like, would you ever do this? Like, fuck no.
Or people deal with how other people, do them wrong and other versions of severity and shit.
Yeah, some people are spiteful and they got to hold it against you. And
Like me and you've been friends since fucking what, 5th grade, 3rd grade, some shit like that.
second or third, yeah.
There's things you and I could do to each other we would never speak again,
Yeah.
and that would pertain to that code. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody has limitations and sets of rules and stuff like that. And I'd like to know what some of Arnold's cut and dry, when he's cut and dry in his decision making with personal relationships and otherwise, and just things that happen like that. I could see talking to Nelson Mandela. He's obviously a fantastic speaker. He's probably well spoken and can motivate you and
Les
take you on
Brown.
the path you'd want.
Les Brown would be another one.
Oh Jesus! I thought you were talking about Nelson Mandela. I'm like, Jesus, what do you mean Les Brown? Like you're saying he's not that black? Like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, stop being so proud.
I don't think he wants to talk to you.
Maybe he can help me. No,
Les Brown.
Les
Jesus.
Brown. You talk about motivational speaker. He's an awesome motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Les Brown would be an awesome one to have a sit down with.
But yeah, I think Nelson Mandela would be more like listening to a history lesson. Anything I could listen to him that would be interesting would be like the trials and tribulations and the plight of the people over in Africa and the
that's like a
different
documentary
decades and
thing.
shit. Yeah, I'd rather hear about it that way.
I'd rather hear from him, though.
But it is probably cool to hear his words and just like be part of his present. Be in the presence of somebody who's altered history and united people. That would be cool. Somebody so
Here's one.
charismatic and all that shit.
And here's one that you could hear all the time, and I listen to, and I know you listen to, is I would love to have a sit down with Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah,
I think that would be awesome.
it's funny that he has sit downs with all these people, and so many people would want to have a sit down with him.
Yeah.
That would be something. I'd love to get high as fuck with him and shoot monkeys. Normally, I'm not for monkey shooting, but if I was with Rogan, I'd be shooting some fucking monkeys.
Yeah. I think I've been listening to a lot of Joe Rogan lately.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but that would be another good one.
yeah, for sure.
What are we going to talk about next time?
Next episode
Yeah, what's on the next episode?
of this,
Of whatever the fuck we do.
let's start it right now.
All right. I'm going to start it with... I know how we'll start it. We'll play Mortal Kombat theme.
Oh, we're gonna have a Mortal Kombat fight for the title. And
That's
then
right.
We'll like put that in this somehow, or we'll do that sometime.
Yeah.
Right now.
All right. I'm lost. Mortal Kombat is coming up now.
Sub-Zero, Monterey Jack,
That was the fucking...
Quackers.
That was the witch theme from Wizard of Oz.
What was?
What you were just saying.
No. Mortal Kombat. Kano.